Welcome back to the channel, you guys. In today's video, we are going to be removing the supercharger. We're going to be prepping everything for the new Vast AZ ported supercharger. If you guys haven't watched part 1 as well as the beginning, you guys need to watch those videos because we do have part 2 as soon as we get the Vast AZ supercharger on. But also just kind of keep in mind this is going to be a little bit of a long video probably, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys each step that I do as far as, you know, removing the bolts, the connectors, the intake. In the process of doing all this, just to kind of give you guys an idea, I will be replacing the valve covers, the entire assemblies themselves, PCV valve, as well as the thermostat. So stay tuned and stick around. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so now where we're at is completely disconnect this from the top here. As you guys remember, I moved this out of the way. It's completely out of the way. Again, I'm going to be taking off the supercharger. All these vacuum hoses, it's just a rubber hose. You just got to be careful with this area. It is all plastic. This is kind of like a plasticky, rubbery piece. I mean, it's kind of brittle. So I completely removed all of these. They literally go in one place and one place only. Entirely up to you guys. If you guys want to, you know, mark these with some sort of color coded or 1, 2, 3, whatever, however you guys want to do it. Again, this is just the way I do it. I unplugged the bypass valve right here, unplugged that, tucked all these wires. Well, this is for the bypass here, just goes up and under like that. So the wire itself is kind of like formed in that area to where it goes. This is all unplugged and moved out of the way. Got these all unplugged back here. And underneath, we have one random, well, it's not random, but where'd it go? It's actually a main connector. And I don't know if you guys could see that, but this right here, there is one connection under there. You could just do it by feel. Stick your hand under here, press, and it pops out. It's very easy. So move all these out of the way. This is another vacuum hose right there. I move that out of the way. And this rubber piece here is simply just going to be pretty much pried this way, kind of out of the way as I pull up on the supercharger. One thing too to keep in mind is, as you guys could see, there's like a little area where this plastic hose, where my finger is, this plastic hose sits in this area. Pop that out, tuck it under, so that way when you're pulling up, it's not still attached to basically this plastic piece. If you guys want to go the extra, you know, mile or whatever, you could just simply unbolt that, and this whole piece will come out, this whole unit. And that's actually what I'm going to be doing because, again, that's going to be going on a different supercharger. But that's pretty much it for the back side of things. Again, we'll move to the front side. I'll show you guys that. That's going to be next. Okay, so we are at the point where I removed the belt and so on. Just to kind of revert back here, though, I forgot this plastic piece that holds these guys in there, these little actuators, vacuum actuator things or whatever they are. I forget there's bolts underneath in the back there, so it's actually really hard to do. So keep it attached to the supercharger. It'll all come out as one unit. So to continue here, there's the map sensors on the sides here. There's connections. Simply unplug them, move them out of the way. Got the other one unplugged as well, so don't forget that. Where did the connection go? So that is unplugged. I do have it. It's tucked under there. And then we come to this side here. One big thing is not only remove the drive belt. As you can see, I took the belt off. It's a 16 bolt or a 16 socket that goes on a tensioner down in there. I have one of these tools over here. Highly recommend getting one of these. Makes it easier to, you know, get the tension off the tensioner, to take the belt off. And then the big thing is there's a bolt that goes over here. in there that holds these two coolant hoses right here to these crossover pipes. So undo that bolt. I'm going to undo these clamps, pull them back about over here, and then these will just slide out. Coolant's going to go everywhere, of course, so be sure to have something underneath to catch the coolant. You do have the sensor plugged in down over here, and then there is a sensor where the fill plug is right here. Unplug both of those, and that's it. You should be good to go. Take the bolts off of the supercharger, and it is a really heavy supercharger. It's about 50 pounds or so, so prepare yourself. Extra help is always good. I've done this by myself. It is really heavy, just FYI, so be careful taking it off. But okay, I'm gonna take the coolant hoses off, and we're gonna lift up the supercharger and then go from there. So now the fun part. So I removed these two coolant hoses. As you see, you can push back from removing that bolt, that bracket that holds that in place. These just kind of slide off. You got to wiggle them off. Again, you guys, I'm not going to walk you through, socket size, bolt size, torque specs, and so on and so forth. This is just simply as just removing the supercharger. I mean, the torque specs and everything else you guys can kind of just find online. There's good old Google search and you'll find everything you need. So remove the two hoses, gone. Now to remove the supercharger, kind of the hard part. It's a bit of a struggle. I'm not going to record me taking this thing off. It's as simple as using an extension. I like to put one on this side, kind of use the holes right here. Basically put that in there, use this as a lifting point right there. I use a smaller one on this side, and I kind of just pry up like this, and I lift up, and this whole thing will come out. Find a good spot to put it down. It is heavy. Again, you guys remember, find a good spot. It's really heavy. There's going to be coolant pouring out of these, so it is a messy job. If you guys don't know what you're doing, be careful. And yeah, we'll see once the blower's off. Okay, that's that, you guys. So supercharger down there. I have a nice little catch can over there to catch whatever, liquid. As I mentioned, this bracket's still attached. Didn't go anywhere, so throttle body, everything's still intact. Then we got this. So one word of advice, this plastic tubing here, as you see, I zip tied it out of the way. It's as simple as lifting up, getting this thing out of the way, and everything's out of my way. Nothing's in my way. Pretty simple process, you guys. Not too complicated, very easy. So we're done. Now valve covers, got to get those done, and thermostat and PCV valve. But I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to always comment down below. I'm here to help. This is, if you know what you're doing, it should take probably an hour, maybe even less. It's a pretty simple job. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll see you guys in the next video.